Afternoon, guys. We're going to go over what we're going to go do today. So you're looking at Rome Lesson 2, which is going to be probably one of our final lessons with Rome. What you're going to need to do is work in a small group. Largest group is of 3. You can work with a partner. You can choose to work by yourself. So what we're going to do is we have 2 challenges. Okay, you need to choose a challenge A or challenge B. We're going to have 2 classes to do this. All right, so challenge A, I'm going to go over. As a republic and later an empire, Rome experienced many changes and challenges and had a huge influence on the world for centuries. Challenge A, select a major event from this time period and write a brief news story that describes how big the changes came about and the results of those changes. Okay, so I've added a web link in here to see what those major changes are. All right, so for example, one of the major changes is 753 BC, that's before Christ, or the city of Rome is founded. The legend has it that the 2 sons of Mars, the god of war, named Romulus and Remus, founded the city. Okay, so 753, Rome is started. So we go down through here and all these major events. Okay, choose one, all right, and do a news story. Now here's some tips on Challenge A. Try to follow the style of the actual news stories, leading off with the most important information. So if you're doing the birth of Rome, okay, you're going to have to talk about the legend of Romulus and Remus and how they were raised by a she-wolf and what came about. So you're going to have to do some research with that. So Romulus dies because his brother kills him and names the city after himself, hence Rome. All right, but you're going to have to research that. You can do fake interviews, but they have to be according to the legend and historical fact. Legend is not historical fact. So feel free to make up quotations from imaginary interviews you have conducted in your role as a reporter. Of course, what you write should be based on historical fact. That is challenge A. All right. Challenge B. What made them so special? As in the Romans. What made the Romans so special? Okay, the background. Many civilizations have come and gone, but few, if any, have lasted longer or had a bigger influence on the Western world than the Romans. Okay, Rome lasted about 1,000 years. In comparison to the United States, okay, we've only been around for 200 and change years, 200-something years. All right. Your challenge is to choose 2 of the reasons that Romans were able to build such a successful civilization. You might discuss geographical features, the government, particular leaders, or any other part of Roman life you think help explains Rome's many successes. Okay, let's give an example of each. The geographical features of Rome, it was built on 7 hills and it was built on the Tiber River. Okay, those are geographical features. Also is near the ocean. The government, okay, the government was a republic. It had the Senate and it had 2 consuls, 2 individual leaders, okay, which is really new at the time period. And the United States has a republic to this day. So particular leaders would be an example of Julius Caesar, okay, who was stabbed 23 times in the Senate, on the Senate floor. All right, that's a particular leader. You could use him. You could use Commodus. You could use Mark Antony. You could use all sorts of Roman leaders, different ones. You have to do the research, though. Or any part of Roman life you think help explains Rome's many successes. Aqueducts, for example, would be a Rome success. Tips, okay? Give reasons for your choices.
Alert from System UI server.
Oh my God, stop it. Give reasons for your choices. Use historical facts, hashtag fake news, to back them up. We don't want to use inaccurate facts. Begin by briefly discussing Rome's accomplishments and successes. All right, you got to talk about Rome's military because the Roman military, the Roman legion was fantastic. And that's how they expanded, through their military. If you're going to talk about the Roman military, you got to talk about Julius Caesar, all right, and how he conquered Gaul. So you have 2 challenges here. We got 2 class periods to get this done. And if you have any questions, Okay, remember, you can work in small groups, up to 3. All right, and use your time wisely. All right, make sure you read through this. Okay, and if you have any questions, you feel free to email me. And I'll try to answer. Remember, if you're listening to music, you want to use your headphones because you don't want it this loud.